Hi guys, welcome back to Rara's Adventures. It is Sunday and we are on vlog 56. Yay! So today, you need to come over a little, my dear. We are doing an interview, like I said I would be. And we have with us today Blossom.
Hi.
Hello and welcome. And she is going to be answering some questions. But before we do that, yesterday's question was, name one thing you're guilty of not doing after advising someone else to try. We had some feedback, and lots of people are guilty. One of them was what was one? I cannot remember. My brain's like a sponge. We'll come back to that. That's fine. Today's question. So sorry, the dog thought she'd join us. Today's question is: what's your first protocol when you don't feel well? I'm talking about when you think, something's really wrong. Do you go to doctors? Do you go to pharmacy? Do you go to A&E? Do you call 111? So let me know what your views are on that. Right, before we start the interview, you all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Any questions you don't want to answer, ring the bell, okay? Right, so here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Calm, relax. Oh, bless her, she's so nervous. Right, question number one. What condition or conditions do you have?
Right. I have anxiety and depression and IBS. So
Hold on. So sorry about this. Now, you may have noticed that the mic wasn't working, but it is now. Can't remember to plug it in. That is one of my downfalls. So I'm really sorry. I gotta quickly repeat what I just said. Is that all right? Sorry, guys. So now the mic's in and working. I just went over the questions. Yesterday's question: name one thing you're guilty of not doing after advising someone else. And today's question is: what's your first protocol when you don't feel good, i.e. really bad? Do you call 111, pharmacy, doctors, A&E? So just let us know. Also, I'm doing an interview with Blossom. We have just gone through this, but I didn't plug the mic in. I have now. So yeah, and I did just say to Blossom, any questions she doesn't want to answer, just to hit the bell. Okay, so now you're all caught up. We'll carry on, shall we? So, what condition or conditions do you have?
Right. I have anxiety and depression and IBS.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So, second question: when was your condition or conditions first diagnosed?
I was diagnosed with depression at the age of 14.
Okay.
And then anxiety at the age of 21.
Okay.
So a lot later, although it's probably likely that I've had that long time. I just didn't get.
So sorry, guys. Oh dear. It's going well tonight.
Yes, I know. It is, isn't it?
I
think I'm bad luck.
No. So do carry on.
Yes, I wasn't diagnosed with anxiety until a lot later, although it's probably likely that I've had that for a little while. Just didn't get the help for it. I'm a bit stubborn like that. So.
Yes, I think many of us are.
Yes.
Quite stubborn. I am stubborn too. It's admitting that you might have an illness, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very hard doing that.
Taking it out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does your condition or conditions affect you mentally and physically?
With anxiety, depression, that can actually be quite an up and down thing. Sometimes I'm absolutely fine, and it'd be weeks and weeks of being absolutely fine, and then I'll go under some stress or some sort or something really difficult to deal with. Yeah. Like recently we've been moving house, which is really hard work and it's really, really tiring. And then of course I've got 2 kids on top of it. So therefore I got a bit worse for a couple of days where But it just takes a little bit of calming down, a bit slower, and then we get back on our feet and start again. But then there are times where it can actually, I can sink quite low, and that's usually more down to the anxiety side of things. I become very anxious and hit like a high point of anxiety almost, and that then spend a couple of weeks then trying to get that back under control. But we had quite a few bad points where about 5 years ago we didn't handle it very well, and then we got some help, and then through that help we learned strategies on how to deal with it. So now it's very less likely now that I will have a problem that would lead me down a really bad path. It's more stable and using the strategies that you learn. So.
And does it affect you physically? Like with me, it makes me really tired and lethargic.
Yeah, I can either have points where I don't sleep at all.
Yeah.
That can go on for weeks, and then it's just a nightmare, isn't it? It gets to a nice point though. You go beyond the sleep point when you're just so tired you feel awake.
Yeah.
And you just feel like great.
You just buzz for it.
Like about 2 days, and then you just crash, of course.
Yeah.
And then I have times, especially when I get very bad, like when I can't actually deal with what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
And then I'll sleep for a couple of days. And
catch up.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mental sort of like, nope, we're not going to work for a couple of days. You're going to sleep, and then we're going to kind of reboot ourselves, and start again.
Yeah.
So that can be. It's actually quite nice sometimes because you sleep, and then like you catch up on like a sleep deprivation that you've had for the few weeks before that, But other times, of course, you do think, oh God, I'm not feeling great, But so just try and get the.
Do you find it affects your IBS? You said
I got IBS, and that affects quite a lot of my thing. I didn't have IBS badly until I was about 21, which actually was part of the contributor to actually the mental breakdown I had, which led to the diagnosis of anxiety.
Yeah.
It's fear of not knowing what's going on, because of course with stomach problems there's so many varieties of problems that IBS is the most common one, and it seems like a collective form, which obviously they don't really know what's going on because it's so complicated. And with anxiety and depression, it's all linked so together that when you of course have high points of anxiety, you have high points of IBS too. And then when you have like same with depression, but when you're really calm you feel great. So it's like, but it can be quite awful when you're going out for a meal and you're sitting there and suddenly you have a bout of IBS and you think, oh God, I've got to go home, like I feel cramped up, I don't feel great anymore. Like it kind of ruins the evening a little bit, so that could be quite
so it affects you going out.
It does. Like, so you kind of like, it's all that anxiety as well, like you go off for a romantic meal out with your husband, you don't be like, oh sorry babe, I've got to go home, I've got a stomachache, especially after you got doled up or something.
All that effort.
I know.
All that effort.
Just for an hour, just for half a meal, and be like, oh God, what have I done? So, but yes, it does affect that sort of. And then of course, like you said, like you just get tired and you get moody, and then with the IBS it can affect your moods as well. So you have like, because obviously you are a bit unbalanced with the digestive system, and it does make you lethargic at times, and you just want to kind of get in your pajamas and your dressing gown, just come in ball.
PJ day, we love them days.
I know, just
love them days.
It makes you have a couple more than you should. And then of course that plays into depression.
And it's a vicious circle, isn't it? Must be hard with the kids as well.
No, it's hard with the kids, and my kids are also very energetic, as you know. So there are days where like we'll go out for lunch and it'll be a really great lunch and they'll be great, and then we'll go to the park afterwards. But I'm having an IBS bout. And I'm thinking, oh God, like I've had this really big lunch and I really can't run around the park, and then I feel like I'm not doing my bit as a parent. And then the same with the kids, when I'm having a bad mental day, it can be like, so no, kids are not very well, and of course kids don't understand you're not feeling great, and they don't quite understand why you're still in pajamas, and so you have to get dressed, which is great in some ways because it gets you out, and they are really great motivated for that, and because they're so energetic you have no choice but to be energetic with them. But there are days where you kind of think, oh, I could have done with that laying.
That cozy up. Cozy up.
We don't get many of those.
Who's joined us? Sabrina. Hello, Sabrina. Okay. Question number 4. We're on 4. How does or did it affect your relationships? Family, friends, partners?
Well, I think it's been difficult for my mum and dad throughout my younger period where I got my depression,
Yeah.
because I was quite tough on them, I suppose. You know, especially when you're a teenager, no one understands anyway.
Yeah.
So, and then on top of that, like, I just felt so poor about myself. Like,
Yeah.
so that really was quite tough, and it affected like a lot of my relationship with them, I suppose, in the future as well. I suppose in some ways they're quite wary of me. Like, they don't really know how to deal with me a little bit.
They
Like,
understand your
yeah.
illness.
But at the same time, they're also very supportive, kind of,
Yeah.
at the same time. So it's like, I don't blame people. It's very hard. I think
No.
that especially understand someone else's mental illness. I
Yeah.
think it's really difficult, like, you know, to embrace someone else's and be able to go, okay, this is okay,
Yeah.
because we're all different and we all express
Yeah.
it differently. So,
And do you find that people who haven't gone through it, it's even harder for them to understand?
I feel it does, and I don't blame anyone for
No,
that. I
no,
really,
I
really
don't blame,
But I
but
think it can be quite. It's got to be quite frustrating for us, like, to
yes.
say, like, okay, you haven't been through this, but I have, and this is
Yeah.
happening.
This
This
is
is
what
real
it
for
is.
me.
Yeah.
But in some ways, I think it can be. Sometimes where people don't understand, they could be a bit like, "Well, come on, then, think positively, or come on, put yourself together." I know it can be really
That's
difficult.
the worst thing to say, isn't
I know,
it? Yeah.
it's really difficult with that, but sometimes it bursts that sort of like, oh, how could you say that? And then go, you have that burst of like, I'm going to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And actually, you do put yourself together sometimes. So they can be quite a rock
Yeah.
with their, I suppose, their naivety, but it helps them, you know, because they tend to be stronger, you know, and
definitely.
people. So, but yeah.
What about your hubby?
I'm hard work, I think.
Okay. Hard work. She admits she's hard work. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Hi, Lizzie.
And so, yeah, I admit, I'm hard work.
I think
but
we all
I
are.
think he manages me very well, and I couldn't really do any of my thing without him.
No.
So, yeah, no, he's a bit of a rock for me. So we hold that together as much as we can.
Brilliant.
You know, he's very supportive. So it obviously affects certain things. Obviously, mental health or even physical health does always affect everything.
Absolutely.
But I think we have to be patient.
And
with
what
each other.
about friends and family? Have you lost anyone or gained anyone? You know,
I found a lot of friends through my illness. Actually, it's quite strange.
I
like,
have
you kind of cling to people that have similar anxiety issues or disabilities, or anything, because they understand, and you don't have to hide who you are or be someone you're not, because your flaws are very important to them as much as your good points are. So I've gained a lot of friends with that, and I suppose I distance myself a little bit. So I have lost friends for doing that.
Yeah,
so
I'm guilty of that.
You know, I'm very bad with my phone. Like, so you send me a text message, I might think I replied, but I haven't. You know,
we've all done that.
Yeah, it could be a couple of days before I text someone.
Yeah.
So, you know, it does get hard on my friends. So you have to be very patient with me, I think.
Yeah.
So it all comes easy.
Cool. Next question, number 5. What support have you found? I.e., groups, social, networking?
I found when, obviously, quite a few years ago, obviously, when I first started seeking my help with my mental health, especially, I found really good groups through Mind and stuff like that. Like, they were quite helpful. But the best thing I actually probably did was go to Aaron counselling.
Really?
And actually do them. Like, that was the best support I ever got, really, because it's very relaxed. It's in the evenings, you know, it's on your own times a little bit. So that was really great. That was a lot of help. And then actually hypnotherapy. I went for hypnotherapy for a little bit, and that sort of taught me a lot of control barriers.
Okay.
So that was really, really good. And then for my IBS, if I'm really, really good, and if I stick to a gluten-free diet, it's all great.
Okay.
Right? And dairy-free really helps as well, but I'm not good, because we all love our KFCs and, you know, and stuff like that.
Milk and tea and the lovely
it's very
things.
Important.
Who's it? That's must be why we get along. Ha ha ha. There you go. Okay. So question 6. What are your managing tips for other people like yourself?
Patience.
Patience. What is this? That's my question.
Patience, people. It's everyone's got a different story.
Yes.
And we didn't all turn out the way we are the same way.
No.
But we got there somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And some of us take a really difficult road, some take an easier road, but it happens. So it's sort of about learning what that is before you go in and just go, oh no, you're doing this wrong, or you're doing that wrong, or this is how you should manage it, because what you found to manage it well might not be what someone else finds it easy to do.
Absolutely.
So it's always about make sure you learn in depth about someone, like especially someone with mental health, because we are confusing. Like a bit more than the average person, I think.
And I think it's that saying as well, don't judge a book by its cover.
No, definitely not. Like, definitely not. Like, because I've had people come up to me and think I'm being really rude, or think I've been like, I don't want to be a friend, and actually I'm just really nervous and I'm really shy, and I don't want to. They've completely intimidated me, like with their confidence and their ability to do all this stuff, and it's sort of like like just back out, don't you? Just really scary. So it's like, so it's always about be calm, be patient, and sort of like do everything in very small doses,
little steps,
like,
baby steps.
Baby steps. There's a very good saying in this. Way, you know, we've been using this a lot. So
I use baby steps big time.
Yeah,
definitely. Okay, so number 7, do's and don'ts for people who don't know or understand your condition.
Do's and don'ts.
Do's and don'ts.
Continue to be there. Right, that's the thing. People don't understand. You might not understand, but don't go away from the people that you don't understand. It's sort of like, don't think, oh, I don't understand this person, therefore I'm not going to bother. It's like, oh, I'm not going to stick around. Like, it's kind of part of the fun of relationships is getting to know someone. So try and understand them. Like, that's a really good. Like, don't just give up. Like, it's because someone's a bit hard to work, or it takes a bit longer, or like since I might not be able to go for a fancy meal, but I can get a takeaway in. You know what I mean? Like,
there's always another option.
Be patient. Like, don't go there. And then with the don'ts, like, don't someone that's got IBS, don't say to them, or it's just stomachache.
No,
like, whatever you do,
you don't understand.
It's frustrating. Okay, like, we feel rubbish. Like, it's not quite like that. Like, and then with anxiety and depression, don't tell someone it's going to be okay.
It's the worst thing, isn't it?
Because we don't know it's going to be okay.
No, not at that time and moment. Before and after, absolutely.
It's like we are very in that moment. We're not looking into the future. In that moment, we're scared, we're anxious, we're feeling rubbish, we're tired, we're awake. It's all these different emotions. Like, we're so in that moment. It's got to be in the moment. So it's not going to be okay in that moment.
No.
Right. It might be in the future, and 10 minutes later it could be okay.
Yeah.
Right. Or it could be hours later.
Time.
But at that time it's not okay. So it's not about words sometimes, it's about actions.
Yeah.
It's better just give someone a hug.
Yeah.
Sit down, have a cry.
Yeah. Or just sit and listen.
Suggest something crazy. To just going for a walk.
Yeah.
Put a favourite film on.
Yeah.
I think that's so much more effective than sometimes words, because words can be taken anyway.
Yeah.
And when you're in that moment, it's so difficult to see what people mean.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't, just because you might not feel that way at the moment, the other person does.
Yeah.
So be conscious of what's happening all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Number 8. What is your personal advice for people who have or think they might have your conditions, or they think they might know someone who has the condition?
Get help. I mean, with IBS, there's not much help you can get. Like, a lot of it is going to be self-research or ask advice. I mean, there's lots of people that have done nutritional courses and stuff like that now, or even if you want to do one yourself, they're not hard to find these days. So if you want to I would suggest getting on something like that, because it's very down to basic nutrition. There's not much medication we can really do for it. Maybe a stomach softener or something settle might help, but that's for a doctor. So do get the help. With that anxiety depression, definitely get the help. I mean, not even medication help all the time, because sometimes medication doesn't work for everyone.
No.
Like, I personally, I've been diagnosed with medication plenty of times. I prefer not to take it myself, because I feel that it's a masker a lot when and I can regulate quite a lot through what I've learned. But definitely do courses and learn about yourself better with mental health. Like, being more aware of what you have makes it easier to manage, because you're less scared of it.
Yeah.
It's like I used to have panic attacks about having panic attacks, and it sounds
Yeah.
stupid,
Yeah.
but
No,
I used to
I
get anxious
can
about being
relate with
anxious.
that fully.
And now I've learned, actually through my hypnotism, actually surprisingly, that not to worry about what hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
It's very
That's a hard
difficult,
one. Yeah.
but it's not to worry.
Yeah.
It's like something hasn't happened. Why are we worrying about it? It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
You know, it's wait for things to happen and embrace them when they happen. You know, and so getting the help and getting advice and getting more knowledge on everything is always beneficial for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, don't ever shy away from it. It's happening,
Yeah.
whether we like it or not. I didn't like it for a long time.
Right.
Like we said at the beginning, like
Yeah.
it's not great.
No.
You know, but the more you can embrace yourself, because it's part of you.
Yeah.
You know, and that part makes part of you. So embrace it and carry on with it and learn more about it, because the more naive you are about it, the more confusing it's going to be. You know.
Yeah.
So definitely get the help. Don't ever not get the help.
No. And you're never too old to learn.
Oh God,
you know?
no. Right.
Just trying to read that one. Hello. I can't actually pronounce that. Or I can't see that. I haven't got my glasses on. So naughty. But hello, and thank you for joining us. Question number 9. What would help you more to manage your condition better?
What, that I don't have now, or that I have?
That you have.
What I have in my craft, probably.
Yeah.
Help me manage my condition. I know it sounds very stupid, but I don't have any medication, so
No,
I have to
but
be self-focused. So
yeah.
I do a lot of things with my hands rather than my mind. Like
Yeah.
if not, it's keep busy. I think also I found out through, although it's sometimes painful and you do want to go into a ball with IBS, it sometimes can help to go for a walk. So keep active, like keep physically active. It's really good. So it also helps my mind to getting out into fresh air and walking. And it's, you know, I think that's starting to be proven somewhere as well. Like the more activity you do, the better your mind is, or something. You know. And I know it sounds really stupid, but tidy your house. And my housework helps me so much with my mental health. It's incredible. Like if I just
happy house,
bleach
happy
my house,
mind,
and I feel great. And it's knowing where you are all the time. Writing lists. You know. I at one point when I was very, very bad, I had a list for every hour of my day. And I used to plan it out like that because I was a bit out of control myself.
It's whatever works for you,
control,
isn't it?
you know. And so I do think that's important to have. You keep regulating yourself, and so that's what I do.
Having a routine, isn't it?
So like I said, I haven't got medication, so we do other things. You know,
definitely.
That's what I do to manage that. So
that's brilliant. Question 10. What would you like to see happen in the coming years for more support and help relating to your condition?
With IBS, I think what would be really helpful is a bit more research into it. I mean, I don't know what's going on at the moment myself. I'm very naive on what research done on it.
Me neither.
But things like, as well as that, it caused a lot of anxiety for me having the stomach problems. So it obviously works in 2 ways. But and there's times where I thought maybe I might have more than that, especially in my times of great anxiety. And it could still happen that I had something more, and I would have liked it if they could have done a bit more about it. The doctors were a bit more addressing to stomach problems rather than giving you the IBS diagnosis. Because it does happen to be you go in with a stomach problem and they go, oh, it's IBS. And it would be nice for them to go, okay, well, let's put camera down your throat, or let's give you a scan or something they can do
instead of just passing you off
into the next person. And then you're struggling with this thing which is causing it to get worse, and then it's causing other lines of conditions possibly to get unnoticed, you know, and stuff. So it would be nice if they can address it a little bit more rather than just the neck. It does seem quite dismissed when it comes to the stomach.
It does.
So it's quite frustrating that little bit. With anxiety and that, especially as more services, like the services I obviously I live in West Sussex, but I don't know what they are in other counties. But in West Sussex, I found it's very poor.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's enough mental health services.
No.
I think there's lacking greatly in some towns as well. Like especially more than others, some towns.
Yeah.
But it's like in Northampton, we've got quite a range actually of services here, that are easy to get to. But when I lived in Bolton, there wasn't so many. Or that what the ones that weren't advertised very well.
Yeah.
So we didn't know so much about them. So it'd be quite good for it to be made a bit more of a thing. They say 1 in 4 people have got mental health. So it's like, why is it such a thing that is being ignored these days? So this needs to be addressed a little bit more. Like
absolutely.
Like it just needs to be, there needs to be more out there. Even if it's just simple activity centres, it needs to be there.
Yeah.
Like, just a little bit more. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, number 11, the last question. You're doing well. How does your condition or conditions make you feel about yourself?
With the IBS, obviously, it makes you quite bloated and lethargic, and it can make you feel quite rubbish about yourself. I feel quite unattractive sometimes. That makes, you know, I can get a bit like,
totally relate,
especially when you put on a nice skimpy dress and then suddenly you've got bulge your stomach out, you know, because you're completely bloated and you don't feel great anymore, you know. And then, of course, with depression and anxiety, it was always quite a self-hating condition, you know, and you know, it can kill your self-esteem. I haven't got a lot of self-confidence, especially with the way I look or feel that way. So it can really knock you that sense a lot.
Absolutely.
And there's lots of times where you question yourself a lot. So everything you do, you always question and you're always double crossing yourself a little bit. And then you can both spend hours sitting there thinking about something when you're 14, and then suddenly you're 26 and you're still beating yourself up something when you're 14, and you feel quite, so that can just kill
with you, doesn't it? Yeah, and goes round in your head.
So it can knock your confidence, it can knock your self-esteem.
Definitely.
So I think it just had a domino effect after that. But then, you know, you go to the hair salon or you go and get your nails done and you feel great for a few weeks. You know, it's nice, you know, dye your hair, whatever, you know. So there's always around that to build your confidence. And there's confidence courses as well, which I'm going to do this year, hopefully. So.
Brilliant. Good for you. Might join you. Sounds good. Okay. That is all our questions. You made it through. Yes. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you to everyone else who has joined us today. Don't forget today's question. What is your first port of call when you don't feel good? Whether you go to a pharmacy, you call 111, the doctors, A&E, let us know. Be interesting to see what feedback we get back. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. And don't forget to subscribe, share, follow, you know the drill. And also, don't forget, when we hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, we will be giving away a prize. So get all your friends, family, everyone to come over and subscribe, please. Okay. Thank you all for joining us today. We hope you have a lovely evening, and I will catch up with you all tomorrow at 6 p.m. Okay, have a good evening and day tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.